Our project team started this series of seminars in Glasgow in April 2017, 1 month after the UK government delivered the Article 50 notice to leave the European Union. Almost a year later, after our tour around the British Isles, we are back in Glasgow for the 8th and final event. What I will focus on today is what I've learnt during this impact project on Brexit. First, more than ever, Brexit looks to be a landmark event, breaking what academics call path dependence, the notion that sometimes forgotten past events shape the present. The Brexit referendum result reflected both deep anxieties and fractures in British society, as well as political accidents and miscalculations. For almost 2 years, the United Kingdom has been stumbling in that it does not have a vision of what the Brexit future will look like. It does not like being in the European Union, having been transactional while underestimating its own influence. The current argument for Brexit comes from those who want to deregulate, privatise and further roll back the welfare state. A strong central state is required to do that, and this necessity underlies present conflicts between the UK and devolved governments. The UK government is correct that there will have to be common frameworks to protect the UK internal market and may not be willing to let devolution get in the way. Second, although it is now an old cliché, the UK public wants to have Scandinavian public services for US taxes. Either there will have to be higher taxes for almost everybody, or deterioration in the quality of public services will lead to more exit from health and education and even less support for tax increases. Whatever the long-term outcome of Brexit, the short and medium-term effects will reduce affordability. The £350 million a week NHS bonus on the Brexit bus was always nonsense. Affordability depends on how well the economy does. Recovery of the public finances from the 2008 global financial crisis is not complete, whatever spin was put on the spring statement 2 weeks ago. Taxing more only the rich will not work. The political response to service failures is likely to be more centralisation when unintelligent centralisation is a major causal factor of failures. Some of the opponents of Scottish devolution in the 1990s predicted the demise of local government. The only retort that devolutionists like myself can make is that the process of undermining local democracy has gone further in non-devolved England. 1991 valuations for council tax have made it impossible to defend in its present manifestation, even by people like myself who argue for residential property tax. Third, the EU27 has the stronger hand in Brexit negotiations, but what one sees of the performance of the UK side is dispiriting. There is no overwhelming sense that the EU side is better briefed and organised, even dominating the leaking game to the UK media. The unequal negotiations about Brexit have brought into focus capacity problems that have not historically been associated with the UK civil service or diplomatic service. The UK became obsessed with a largely irrelevant divorce bill, not paying enough attention to trade issues until its hand had been exposed as weak. From outside government, it is unclear how much of this weakness is due to indecision in the Conservative cabinet about what Brexit means, and how much to the much-lauded civil service staffing cuts since 2010. What we have learnt over the last year is that the UK was uncomfortable in the EU, but has little idea of its role outside the EU. Very big decisions lie ahead about trade relationships, about public services and taxation. Indeed, about the nature of the British state and about how the UK government relates to devolved institutions established 20 years ago.